You win some more for decorating purposes.
Hope so.
How are you, Ross?
I'm fine. I'm trying to picture what it would look like to decorate a place with money.
It can be done. Be a little green.
Basically green.
Yeah, basic green. Well, you decorate Wild Wild West every week.
Yeah, but we never know with what, you know.
What are you wearing these days?
I think the last disguise that I had was some kind of a seaman with hair that came down over his eyes and one of those walrus mustaches. And they find me out within 2 minutes after I come in. Open my mouth and they know who it is.
I don't care. The series has done very well, and we're very happy about that.
You,
Every Friday night, 7:30 to 8:30, Wild Wild West. Wild Ross Martin.
We were thinking right.
You see, Bob Conrad and you are both lovers. I forget, you see. That's a very romantic comedy drama you do every Friday night.
I haven't romanced anybody on the show, except one will be this season.
From time to time, you have a little action going there.
Mostly off screen.
I know about that, yes. You said it. You remember, you said that. Joe Ellen, you have just won. Ross,
yes.
How's your fencing?
It's just fine. I've still kept up with it. It keeps me from getting old prematurely.
Well, good. And you're going to do it in the series, I understand.
Yes, as a matter of fact, we did one episode where I got to kiss the girl and get the girl, and I did some fencing. Full of daring do, you know, real kind of hero style.
Good.
It was fun, you know, for a change.
Dick, let's talk to you. Here's a man with a very talented daughter.
Yes, indeed.
Tell my friends about your daughter.
Very proud of her. Well, she had a one-man art show in New York at the Peter Cooper Galleries in New York.
Well, isn't that wonderful?
And I had her out here visiting me for about 5 weeks, put her in a car, and we traveled up and down the California coast.
And she...
Very gifted kid.
Very good. Talent runs in the family. Glad to see a proud father like that. You playing at home at all?
Oh, yes. I told you that, you know, when we were doing a show together, Mickey Rooney was the one who turned me on to this game, and I haven't been able to drop it since.
Well, good. We're going to pick it right up here tomorrow, so practice overnight, and we'll be... Good hobby, too. I'm going to ask you, and I know you don't like me to ask it, but I want to remind my friends of all this education you've had. And I don't get... Just tell me, is it true you had a law degree?
Yeah, I went to law school. I had a scholarship at law school, and I went for it.
And you flunked it.
I know, I didn't flunk the scholarship. I did all right.
You passed it.
Yeah, I passed it.
Then you turned out to be an actor.
I turned out to be an actor, and just lucky, I guess.
Well, we're lucky, I guess, that you did.
Thank you.
Today, I understand that the people of Japan found you to be what?
There was a poll in which I was chosen the #1 television star in Japan.
Did you know that?
On Wild Wild West.
On Wild Wild West, Ross Martin, the #1 star in Japan. George, do you agree with that?
Yes.
He's from Aptos, California.
Yeah. George, what do you do in your leisure time? Very well.
I will, babes.
You look kind of well. What's the secret of your great and good health and good looks?
I've got a lovely woman, and it keeps me happy.
That makes you happy.
Wow.
Well, I feel the same way about it. I do too, and it does make you happy, doesn't it?
It sure does. She's right out there.
Yeah, that's mine.
Let's hear it for the lovely woman.
All right. Mick. Now, Ross, yesterday you said there was a beautiful young lady in your life.
Yes.
What does she look like?
Oh.
How would you describe her?
I would say that she's like, she has the freshness of a daisy. She's blonde and sunshine and gold and beautiful.
Ah, isn't that nice? And you know something? I've met her, and he's right. We talked to her first on the phone, and she's a lovely girl.
Sullivan by my father, who loved it and played it and did it all the time.
Have you ever played it?
And no, I never have.
I have.
You have? I guess.
Oh,
have you ever played
marvelous.
Pinafore?
Yes, I played the Captain in Pinafore. I played the Mikado in the Mikado. And I did Frederick in Pirates.
And you must
wonderful.
sing.
No, I sang well enough to do these in school productions.
Yes, well, you know, you have to see, though, I think the first time you see Gilbert Sullivan, you have to see it done well to really
Oh,
appreciate it, because it
superb.
can be a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun playing password with you good people, which we will do tomorrow. We'll pick the game up right. Ross Martin with Wild Wild West. Your third season coming up?
Yes, we start our third season in color.
Isn't it great to be in a hit?
Oh, it's a delight.
Good. Well, it's a great show. Both of you have great shows, and I'm...
Fun to do.
Live and off color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is so sure. Tell us what he's going to say. Which one of you is the cheapskate between you?
He is, and all I can say right now is oy vey.
Is he really cheap? I mean, is he cheap?
No, but I have a tendency to over-tip. I have a tendency to overindulge a little, where he's very conservative. So if you have to make a decision between the two,
Right.
I would have to go
With him?
with him.
Okay,
yes.
let's see if he does. Let's bring him on. All right, Ross, you know the question, sir?
Yeah, I know the question. I know the answer, too.
Who is it?
It's me.
That's what she said. You're right.
You know, I got to tell you something.
I wish you would, sir.
I don't quarrel at all about the price of something. You know, if you tell me it costs this much and I want to buy it, I buy it at that price. My wife is the one who absolutely is the big bargain hunter of all time.
Uh-huh.
And those bargains mount up to the point where...
To millions, huh?
You know the old joke about she lost all her credit cards and I never reported it because whoever found them was spending less than she did.
You'd rather pay those bills, right?
Yeah.
Okay, nevertheless, El Cheapo, we thank you. You got to share that pod. Thanks, Ross. All right, all of you, what's Ross going to say? Which of you is more compulsive about being neat?
I think Ross is.
Yes?
Yes.
He's a neatnik around the house, is he?
Compulsively neat, yes.
Oh.
More so than I.
More so than you.
That's the question, isn't it?
Right. You mean you're
Yes.
both neat?
Yes.
How terrific.
Yes, we're both neat, but he is more compulsive than I.
All right, he's more on Ross. Ross?
Yeah?
Which of you is more compulsive about being neat?
I think I tend to be more the old maid of the family.
That's what she said, sir. You're right. All right, Ross. Ladies, when you're at a party, which of you is more apt to let go and act silly? All right, fellas.
That's the easiest thing in the world.
It is, huh?
Oh, yes, because Olavi is very careful about how much she imbibes, and I'm not.
I
The
see.
result is that at many a party, I'll be putting on the lampshade, you know, and trying to talk somebody into streaking. So I'm the one who gets silly.
You're
okay?
the one that'll let go and
That's
get
it.
silly.
That's
okay,
it.
let's bring her on. All right, Olivia, you're at the party now. Things are having a terrific time, and
Yeah,
which of you is more apt to let go and act silly?
no question about it.
Who is it?
My husband.
That's what he said. You're right.
I do it even when there's no party, hon, you know.
He does. Goes a little ape sometimes, huh?
Little bit, sir.
Has a good time at the parties.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, you've got to share the pot, too. You're absolutely right. Which of you had to make the bigger adjustment to make your marriage a success? You or your wife?
I think Ross had to make the bigger adjustment.
Uh-huh. Why do you think so?
Well, he had been single for many, many years, and I had a couple of children. I was independent. I was a working girl, and I wasn't the easiest person to get along. I was an independent lady,
All right,
and
so-
I think he had to make a big adjustment to that because he was a very independent man.
Right. All right.
We both adjusted, but I think
He made the bigger one. All right, let's bring him on.
He had-
Okay, Ross. Who made the bigger adjustment, you or Olivia?
You might have to flip a coin for that, but I think that all things considered, even as tough as I am to get along with, I had to make the bigger one.
That's what she said, sir. That's good, big friend. Very tough person. And that means, Mitzi. Girls, you return home one rainy day to find that all your in-laws have dropped in. The roof has started to leak. The electricity has gone out. A toilet is overflowing. And your
like a
dog
normal
is in
day.
the process of biting a neighbor. Who would handle this kind of a crisis better, you or your husband? I tell you. What is the answer? Who would handle it best?
Well, before I was married, I would have taken care of all of that just great. But since my marriage, I live like a king. I lie back and have everything done for me. Olivie would handle it, and you'd never even see her leave the room. She's that marvelous at
She
it.
is, huh?
Yep.
And you're very secure and confident of this answer.
Totally. She's incredible.
Let's bring her on. All right, Olivie, half the front row of the red section has their fingers crossed, but don't let that put any undue pressure on you. Who would handle this crisis better, you or Ross?
Mrs. Martin.
That's what she said.
And you've just finished a 4-hour movie?
Yeah, it's a four-parter.
Four-parter.
Called The Seekers by John Jakes, the same man who wrote The Rebels and The Bastard.
Uh-huh.
And it's coming out, I guess, in a couple of months from...
Is that Operations Primetime?
Yes.
Or that's
Yes.
Operation Primetime?
Yes.
Okay, now let's meet our current players. We...
So good.
What'd you say?
One of the founding fathers of the country was Gouverneur Morris. He was president at the Continental Congress.
That, you have to be a little bit
You
older
can spell
than...
Gouverneur.
Gouvernormor.
I see. Gouverneur Moore. One of the Continental Congress guys.
Yes, one of the founders, one of the founding fathers of the country. I'm sorry.
It's all right. You know all those things.
No, I don't.
You weren't
I
there.
went to Morris High School. That's how I happen to know that.
Now we know. You went to a high school named after.
That's right.
We have a commercial. We'll be right back. Another, what is it called? Wild Wild West again?
No, more Wild Wild.
More Wild Wild West. You know, an interesting thing about Wild Wild West, it is probably the most popular syndicated show in the whole world, isn't it?
It is at the moment, yes.
Yes, isn't that something? And you and Bob Conrad are coming back as older men, right?
Oh, yes, there's a 10-year interval where slower and...
Oh, you are? I hadn't noticed that. Right.
You hit a guy, it doesn't go down. You make a pass at a girl and she laughs in your nose.
Should have a new twist.
But the old guys are still lively, though. They sure. Let's meet. Speaking of lively, let's meet our current players.
Put a question to Ross. Ross, we polled 100 actors and actresses, and we asked them, do you still get stage fright before you go on? How many actors admitted they still get stage fright?
Well, I'm very long in the tooth in this business myself. And I can tell you that every time there's an opening night, I get stage fright.
Really?
There is, yeah, you get butterflies in the stomach. It's what makes the adrenaline go so that you give a little electricity in the performance. I would say the figure would be quite high, and I'd say it's somewhere near 76 out of 100.
76 out of 100 actors said, yeah, they still get stage fright. Higher or lower, Meredith?